I'm here to talk about babies, and before you start passing out cigars in the lobby like it's 1950 again, I'm actually talking about trollers, not the people that talk shit in the comment section of YouTube videos, but slang for controllers, because there is no cons to using a goddamn gamepad or controller. That's not why they named them controllers, which got its meaning from the Latin word conconus, or destroyer of keyboard and mouse players. But I wanted to quickly talk about what would happen if Microsoft Xbox's controllers and Sony PlayStation controllers, the DualSense, sorry, Xbox doesn't have a cool name for their controller, they got together for a little friggity frolic and were to, through some gaming miracle, produce through the haunches, the palm grips, the birthing hips of the controller, a new controller with the best features of both.
By some miracle, those two babies met and fucked.
What would we be looking at?
Wow.
Yes.
This is the product of baby fuck.
I'm going to be 100% honest right up front. Really, all we need from the Xbox controller is the shape, the dimensions of the shell. I did compare Xbox and PlayStation stock controllers from this generation, the 9th generation of home consoles, side by side, part by part, component by component, and no spoilers because I really want you to watch that video. It's pretty sick. The PlayStation controllers certainly have a whole hell of a lot more going for them, whether you're a competitive player on the PC and you like to overclock, because depending on the version of Xbox controller you're talking about, the PS controller is going to be 4 to 8 times faster. I don't even have that many fingers. I guess I got the thumbs, but those are used for sticking on the thumbsticks. But also some of the immersive console niceties like haptic feedback certainly being a much more accurate, stronger peak strength, and quieter inside the body of the controller. And then you've got the adaptive triggers that get stiffer or lighter depending on what's going on screen. Guns have different trigger breaking points. The gas and brake in different vehicles feel different. You know, you've used them before. And then you've got the touchpad, which is not only for scrolling through maps and PlayStation games, but also on the PC side of the house, you can set up Windows-specific functions such as running your stream. That's right, switching scenes in OBS, turning on your room lights. You're not a streamer, you're just a normal person? Fine, you can do common things like switch between your background music in Pandora or Spotify. But there is no denying that the Xbox is a freakishly comfortable controller. In fact, I had to give that category to the Xbox Series controller, despite the fact the DualSense is freakishly comfortable, a big step up from the DualShock 4 of the PlayStation 4, which I thought was pretty small for North American hands. Maybe if you're a child or something. The DualSense is only one small rung or step down comfort-wise from the Xbox controller, but in my opinion, it is still a little bit less comfortable. Now, as somebody that goes back and forth between PlayStation and Xbox controllers, Switch as well, but fuck cares, it never really tweaks with my brain or is a big learning curve or a big jump where I'm thinking, oh, I'm side-by-side symmetrical PlayStation sticks, and then I grab one of my Xbox controllers and I think, ooh, whoa, my thumbs are offset now. This is gonna screw me up in game. Nothing like that. In fact, my performance in game never sways. I guess because I've been using both companies' controllers for about 20 years, I'm very accustomed to them suckers. But if you only own an Xbox or PlayStation console, and then you go over to your buddy's house that has the opposite console and you go to pick up the controller, you're probably gonna think or say, dude, this feels weird. But it really doesn't, though, to cut the bullshit. As somebody that tests and reviews all these suckers, there's no scientific benefit to having symmetrical side-by-side thumbs or offset. I've heard some people talk about carpal tunnel and all this crazy shit. You're not a doctor, take it easy. So don't talk about cartilage in the thumb and things you're talking out of your tuchus about. And I also want to quickly slide this little thing in here that third-party controllers like the Victrix that allow you to swap between symmetrical side-by-side sticks and offset Xbox sticks do put the sticks closer together than a native PlayStation controller, making them uncomfortable when a regular PlayStation controller would not be. So cool, we're about 5 minutes into this video and you've basically explained why PlayStation makes superior controllers to Xbox, which a lot of us already knew. And I don't really think that's opinion or anything. We're looking at sheer facts here, like the input lag or delay, the warranty, which is now a year for both camps, but for the longest time was only 3 months on the Xbox side of the house, including their Pro controllers like the Elite and Series 2. But what I would like to see is an Xbox-shaped controller with those offset sticks, but with a 1000 hertz or higher polling rate, so we're in that 1 millisecond range, with a touchpad. Yeah, that's right, you're gonna have to ditch switch that Xbox button to make room for a touchpad, but that is a very useful additional input to have on PC. And then what I would love to see from Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo is making the jump to Hall or TMR joysticks, which are also magnetic but not Hall effect. These are actually a little bit better on paper than Hall effect thumbstick modules because less battery draw on your controller, while still being the pinnacle of accuracy, pretty much the best Hall effect thumbstick modules that you could get or a company could get. But the first one that I just mentioned, you can buy these suckers for PlayStation, Xbox, or Switch, hence the color codes on the side. Solder those in, they're a direct replacement on the PCB, which I am going to do a tutorial for all three platforms so you can follow along. There's no reason that the next generation of controllers, first-party controllers, what you get with the console, the stockers, does not rock Hall effect thumbstick modules unless Microsoft and Sony just... And an interesting note that I'm gonna sign off this video with, my last little sentiment, is that just because I do believe from testing and inspecting and tasting and touching and feeling and frolicking and flicking the sticks and whatever else you could think you could do with controllers, just because I do think that PlayStation controllers are more feature rich and simply a little bit better, to be honest, doesn't mean I have any less love in my beaten gamer heart for Xbox controllers. I still own dozens of custom Xbox controllers, and I am by no means gonna stop specking out freakishly expensive Xbox controllers and reviewing them because I like them. They're very comfortable, and that's an entire platform's controller. Yes, you can use converters or adapters to use a PlayStation or Switch controller on the Xbox, but it'd be sick to see a DualSense and Xbox controller get it on and produce a controller that has the shape of an Xbox controller, but pretty much all the features of a PlayStation DualSense. Can we make it happen, controller manufacturers? Don't make me be the one to start my own company because I don't have the funds for it, nor the energy, drive, motivation, but let's see it happen, y'all. Drop in the comment section below your opinion of this topic, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace. If you enjoyed the video, liking it helps it to get seen by more gamers, so this information will reach and assist them as well. Much like the back of the TV, I've got plugs for all of my socials down there in the description below. And your wallet will greatly thank you if you check the description because there are exclusive discounts on a ton of products, including controllers, KontrolFreeks, keyboards, mouse pads, clothes, and energy drinks. And keep in mind that you, the viewer, keep this channel running. The more stallions and stallionettes trotting around the stable, the better, so mollywop that subscribe button like it owes you money, and we'll have the same amount of fun tomorrow.